haunted by memories of Michigan losses to its in-state rival.
The big house is stunned.
The specter of those games still hovers above Ann Arbor.
Game over. Michigan State wins it in the big house.
The stuff of nightmares for the home fans.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State, and he scores on the last play of the game. Unbelievable.
This season, the Wolverines have delivered nothing but treats.
To the blue. Touchdown. Blake Corum.
But the Spartans so often seem to have tricks up their sleeves.
Touchdown, MSU. How about that?
With All Hallows Eve on the horizon, the big house is packed. On Saturday Night Football.
For most of its 95-year history, Michigan Stadium has been the big house of horrors for Wolverine opponents, but not in recent years for their rivals from Michigan State. In 5 of their last 7 visits here, the Spartans have left with the ultimate treat, the Paul Bunyan Trophy, after a win over Michigan. Welcome, everybody, to Saturday Night Football, presented by Capital One. And you're watching the Big Ten on ABC. Great scene as always here at the Big House. Welcome everybody. Sean McDonough along with Todd Blackledge will be joined shortly by Molly McGrath. Delighted to have you with us. If Paul Bunyan is going to make the trip back 63 miles to East Lansing, Michigan State's going to have to pull off a big upset here tonight. They're 3 touchdown underdogs, and you can understand it. Michigan's playing great football, really in the mold of its coach, Jim Harbaugh.
Well, they're running the football physically, right? They're the top rushing offense in the Big Ten, spearheaded by a terrific tandem of Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards, who the last time out combined for 339 yards and 4 touchdowns. But make no mistake, this Michigan offensive line dictates the mentality of this football team. They're big, they're physical. This pin and pull is one of their signature plays. They get on blocks and they stay on blocks. And it's not just the 5 guys up front. We'll see 2, 3, and 4 tight ends tonight that are all a part of this impressive and powerful Michigan run game.
As a team against Penn State 2 weeks ago, they rushed for 418 yards. Each team coming in this one tonight off a bye week. When these 2 teams met last year at Spartan Stadium, it was a battle of 2 unbeatens, both in the top 10. Michigan State won it, and they were 8-0 at the time, Todd. They were kind of the talk of college football, but 6-6 since then, 3-4 this year. They have battled some injuries, but what's it going to take for them to pull off that big upset tonight?
Well, they need big plays, but they don't have Kenneth Walker III anymore, so it's got to come from their wide receiving group, and I think this will be the best trio of receivers that Michigan has seen. Keon Coleman, Jaden Reed, Trey Mosley can all make plays down the field and can make contested catches, and they must do that tonight for the Spartans to have a chance in this one.
Keon Coleman, one of the big playmakers at wide receiver in all of college football. 4 touchdown receptions of 20 yards or more this season. This is the 115th meeting all time, dating back to 1898. It's one of college football's greatest rivalries with a very colorful history.
Sometimes you get your little brother excited when you're playing basketball and stuff. Let him get the lead.
Do you think of Michigan State as your little brother?
Yep.
It's hard to have a little brother. They want to mock us all they want to mock us. I'm telling them it's not over. It's not over. It'll never be over.
Here comes the Spartans.
It's just starting.
Premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
Back inside the big house, sellout crowd will be on hand, more than 107,000 for the renewal of this very spirited rivalry between Michigan State and Michigan. Down on the field tonight on this very pleasant night, the temperature right around 50 degrees. Here's Molly McGrath.
Well, Sean, Michigan players have been anticipating this moment ever since the clock hit 0. after last year's loss to Michigan State. Quarterback J.J. McCarthy told us that bus ride home was silent and heartbreaking, and they brought that emotion and anger with them into the offseason. Every time they were challenged in the summer during their workouts, they reminded each other that they lost to the Spartans that year, and they lost the Paul Bunyan Trophy yet again, and that motivated them to go for just one more rep and strain just a little bit harder. And McCarthy said they plan to show no mercy tonight, saying a loss to Michigan State will not happen again. We want total domination in this game, and we'll keep our foot on the gas no matter the score. We're not playing to avoid a loss. We are playing to dominate them, and you can tell emotions were elevated during pregame warmups, and there's a lot more on the line tonight than just a trophy, Sean.
It was a tough loss up at Spartan Stadium for Michigan last year. Jim Harbaugh's team had a 16-point lead. He still was a little upset about the officiating that game. We visited with him yesterday. But you get the sense, not only do they want to win tonight, if they have the chance, as J.J. McCarthy said, they really want to send a message.
They are definitely the better team coming into the ball game. They just have to play that way.
7-0 for the second straight season. First time they've been 7-0 in back-to-back years since 1973 and 1974. They're number 4 in the country. Well, they won 12 straight here at home. Their only regular season loss last year was to Michigan State. And then, of course, their other loss in the 12-2 season was in the College Football National Semifinal against Georgia in the Orange Bowl. Hoping to be one of the 4 teams to play for the national championship in the college football playoff again this year. Positioned to do it right now at number 4 with the big matchup coming against Ohio State in Columbus on November 26th. And now out of the same tunnel, Mel Tucker leads out Michigan State. Off a great year last year, 11-2, a win over Pitt in the Chick-fil-A Bowl behind the quarterback Peyton Thorne. High expectations as well this year. There were 15 in the preseason poll, but injuries have led to a tough start. They are off a win against Wisconsin. They think they're ready to play much better.
We will see the best version of the Michigan State football team that we've seen all year tonight. They're the healthiest, and they'll have their best available players.
Certainly believe they know they can beat Michigan. They've won it each of the last 2 years. Mel Tucker's the first Michigan State head coach to beat Michigan in each of his first 2 games against the Wolverines. This has been the Nissan pregame drive. Kickoff from Ann Arbor is coming up in just a moment. But first, a look inside Nissan's Heisman House.
Yeah.
Are they still at it?
What do you think?
1, 2, down, up.
They just don't stop, do they?
Nope.
What's that noise?
Devontae got a tuba.
We all know it's a problem, but no one wants to talk about it.
Yep.
We gotta do something about all those Alabama players in the house.
It's the elephant in the room.
Exactly, and it's really uncomfortable.
No, I mean literally. The elephant is in the room. I think we might have a situation. You should come home.
Here's a look at the series history. These two schools 63 miles apart since 1953, when Michigan State joined the Big Ten. They've played for the Paul Bunyan Trophy, colorful 4-foot high. Michigan leads the all-time series. Largest margin of victory. Talk about putting it on your rival. 119 zip back in 1902 for Michigan. Wolverines' biggest defeat to the Spartans in 1967. They've played every year since 1945. And they are ready to go.
I like how Jim Harbaugh said to us, they have been a slippery team for us.
Jake Moody will kick off. Michigan won the toss and deferred. So Michigan State elected to take the ball. And it comes down to Jeremy Bernard, who elected not to run it out. So here come the Michigan State Spartans. They have scuffled on offense. Their quarterback is Peyton Thorne, making his 22nd consecutive start. He was sharp 2 weeks ago in their last game against Wisconsin, a double overtime win on homecoming in East Lansing.
Well, they got some of their big plays, their explosive plays back in the passing game. They're hoping to do some things in